So here we go. Here we are. We're here. The gang. We're all here. Everybody's here. I am here. We are all here. All right, guys. So we're gonna get into it. Get into it, man. What do I got? What do I want to do today, man? I don't know. I don't know. I had some things I wanted to talk about. These are going to be some pretty simple concepts. I just kind of want to reinforce them in my own mind. They say when you learn something, that is like or teaching something is like learning it twice. So that's the reason why I decided I wanted to teach stuff because I wanted to learn more. You know what I'm saying? So uh, I was thinking about doing an exercise today that I thought would be fun. Sometimes we get into drawing, and we don't, we get all. I think you get too serious or take it too serious, and so then when you take something too serious, well then there's serious consequences, and they negative consequences are multiplying by the moment, right? Yeah. Okay. So today we're gonna do a little bit of storytelling, right? We're gonna kind of go down through there, right? We're gonna make up some stuff. We're gonna do a little warm up real quick first, and for my warm up here, I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna draw some stuff here. I got some stuff here I want to draw. All right. Now you can leave at this point if you wish. He's like, we're not doing this today. Yes, we are. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna draw some of this stuff here. I'm gonna start with the cheese, right? Let me see. Wow, that was a big piece of cheese. Let me see if I can draw that. Let me see if I could draw that cheese. I know I don't want to make it. I don't have to make it a perfect piece of cheese, but I want to make the cheese, right? Okay. So we got his little eyes there. Eyebrows, all right. So you guys go ahead and warm up with me. My little piece of cheese, cutting the cheese, man. Oh no, I ain't. Did I say cut the cheese? We cut the cheese, man. All right, let me see here. Now we're gonna go over here to the. Let's see. Let's go over here to this pizza. This pizza looks scared to death, like he knows he's gonna be eaten. So let me draw that. I like to get the basis of the drawing first. Sometimes this way if I have the pizza there, then all the other stuff just kind of, you can flow from that. But I want to put that down there first. All right. So I'm just making stuff into stuff. You know what I mean? I think of it like if it was something, like if it had life. What if a pizza was actually scared like this, right? Right? Which this made me think, like, why is it that we can't make, sometimes we have trouble drawing like people, right? But when it comes to making fun of food, right? We have no problem with that, right? Look how they drew this piece of pizza, right? This is horrible. The pizza, this is like what the pizza looks like right before it's about to be eaten, right? It shouldn't be drawing the pizza like that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we'll say a prayer for the pizza. All right. Okay. All right. Let me see. Oh, soup. Yes, the soup. What's on the menu today? And the music goes with the bowl of soup we're about to draw, right? So we're going to do a bowl of soup over here. And let me see. A bowl of soup is genuinely like a bowl. So I want a bowl, right, first. And then after that, I could just make it into this particular bowl. So I just need to know how a bowl goes in general. All right. It's really It's helping me out right now. All right. Look at that. Look at how it's kind of like a hurling motion, right? Like a twisting or motion as it goes around there, and then it's like zoom back right into there, right? Okay. Let's make some crooked lines here, but let's make them very light. Okay, hold on, guys, just 1 second. My kids are coming in my office. Hey, thank you. I'm in a live stream, guys. Thank you. Where's your mom at? Wait, I'm in a live stream. See, we're live. You have to. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. You good? Cat. This is real life here, man. This is real life. This was not part of the program. Hey, Cassidy. Give me just a second, guys. I'm gonna wait for my daughter to come get these fellas. Go with your mom, okay? So Daddy can finish the stream. Take little brother with mom, okay? Come here, buddy. Come on, man. I didn't plan for any of this, guys, to happen. These are my boys. As soon as I have a plan, my plan went all to. So anyway, guys, these are the fellas. I'm now look. So y'all, I told y'all I'm 52, but these are my. I have to do this every day. This is what keeps me in shape, right? I lift weights. I love that. And I have to wrestle with these guys. I don't know who's the most. I don't know who's gonna be the toughest. Who's the toughest? Is it you? Huh? Huh? Okay. Say hello. You want to hold up? Don't knock. I don't want you to touch that. Okay. So look, we got to get fellas. Daddy has to get back into the stream. Okay. 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 That's what I'm saying. All right. So come on, let's go over here. Go with mommy. Okay. All right. Hey, you're gonna say hello to the TikTok people. Are you ready? We put you under the camera. Say hello. All right, there we go. Get out. All right, close my door, please. Thank you. Good morning. All right. So that was not that was not part of the programming, but anyway, I don't have a program. I'm just going with it. Okay. So anyway, where were we? We were drawing a bowl of soup. Okay. So let's go to these brows right here. Okay, they look kind of. Let's make these kind of. Let me see. I think I want to go with like a curvy. Right, I want curvy. Something curvy. All right. It's obviously a female bowl of soup, right? It's a girl's bowl of soup, right? Okay. Got the eyelashes, right? Gotcha. We'll just go ahead and color that in. All right. So see there, we did our warm up. Okay. So for the first like 20 minutes or so, guys, we're gonna take. Hey, what's going on, Cherish? How are you this morning? So glad you could. I am glad that you're here. So glad you're here, Cherish. So anyway, how you been? What's going on with you? For you guys that don't know, me and Cherish is my friend, and Cherish has been with me the longest. She's the Rouser World Gangster OG disciple. We got a gang thing going on. Yeah. But anyway, Cherish, thanks for coming out, man. Thank you. All right, let me see here. So, the first 20 minutes or so, or I'm gonna spend here. I'm gonna do some mashups, and what this is, right, is we're gonna ask a question, right? We're gonna ask a question. Are you ready? All right. So watch this. This is the question. The question I'm going to write right here. The question is, what if, right? What if, and I'm going to put a blank, right? Was a blank. Okay? All right. Or what if a blank could blank? Okay? All right. So we're trying to. What we're doing here is this is a creativity exercise. So if you're not creative, you will be after you leave here today. We're going to develop that crooked vision. We're going to give it a massive turnaround, a abrasive hurl, a bushy zigzag. We're gonna redirect it. You get what I'm saying? All right. So you can we're gonna fill these things in, but we're not gonna. What's the word I'm looking for? We're gonna draw them. We're not gonna tell you what it is. We want to draw our ideas. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna let me give you an example. I got this over here. What if I say, what if a cookie, because we got a cookie right here, right? What if a cookie was a pilot? Okay? What if a cookie was a pilot? Well, let me see. Let me see if I can make that up. So here's my cookie. I don't have to make my cookie like theirs. But it's a chocolate chip cookie. And then up here, I'm going to give my chocolate chip cookie some some goggles and a thing right here so he can talk to the co-pilot. I don't know. Do cookies have eyebrows? I don't know. Mine does. The chocolate chip cookie. Let's put some chocolate chips. Okay. All right. And let me see. What if he was a pilot? Okay, so I'm gonna have to give him some kind of joystick to hold on to, because my cookie has to have hands. Right? I don't know, like this, and then maybe I don't know. Maybe this is the front of the airplane, and maybe this is like a little propeller. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. It just asked me if a cookie. So this is what I'm covered up with. Let me see. Where my wings at? Maybe if my wings got to be about right here. I can't. And then what if the tail of the plane is gonna be back here somewhere? Right. I don't know. I don't know what this is. Where I got. Okay, but it looks like an airplane so far, right? I mean, it kind of looks like an airplane, right? Right. Yeah. There we go. So now we got I'm not. This is not about perfect drawing. It's about imagination. All right. So there we go. The cookie flying, right? Okay, the cookie flying with the airplane, flying the cookie. Okay, you get what I'm saying? Okay. So now you guys. What I want you to do is, if you're drawing along with me today, I want you to play along with me, because I don't want to draw by myself. Why you want to be like that? You know what I'm saying? All you have to do is draw, okay? And also, hold on one second, guys. You know what I forgot to do? Dang it. Let me see if I can find. Oh, wait, hold on, guys. Give me a sec. Let me do this here. Just take your time. Everything is everything. All right, then I can go back here. I can go back over here. Right, I can. Wait, how do I? Can I? One sec, guys. I'm trying to see something here. I don't know how to do it. Let me see. How do I do this? Poll, AI, drawing, gas, lighting, playbook, settings. Oh, I don't know here, guys. I'm trying to figure out how do I make. It doesn't give me a clear place to comment, so I'm trying to figure out how do I do that. Okay. Well, anyway, maybe I might not. I don't know. Anyway, guys, if you want to, also, guys, tips are awesome. If you wish to tip, you can tip at Cash App, $Rouser World. Any gifts, giving, and all that kind of stuff. You're already at Rouser World, so you'll see Rouser or you'll see Harry when you go there, and you'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's that guy that taught me how to draw something today. Here's $5. Get out of my face." Right? I got you. I'll leave you alone. All right. Okay. Let me see. So, what if a cookie was a pilot? So I drew my cookie pilot. All right. All right. So don't forget, we're gonna give you an opportunity, guys, to share your drawings. So if you're doing this, I want to see what you came up with. So we got a cookie pilot. Now, my next one would be, let me see. What if a it doesn't have to even be food. I'm just using this as random objects. Let's say, what if a taco could sing? That's an interesting question. What if a taco could sing, right? It would, you know what I'm saying? It would be let it to my toe. I'm not from Mexico. No, I'm not. No. All right, let me see here. So what if a taco? This is a taco right here. I got a taco. Look, we can use this. We don't have to use that taco. We could design our own taco. We could make it. Well, I'm just gonna do like that. What if a taco? No. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna draw. Oh, this is what I'll do. I'm gonna do a singing la, right? And then I'd make it, after I make it sing, then I will come back and add the taco part. Right? This way he could literally be singing. Oh, la, la. Right. Lettuce, tomato. All right. Tomatoes. Let me see here. Okay. Add a little twist and turn, some movement here. Right. I'm sure he has a pretty snarly voice, right? He's a snarly. He got a snarly voice, but he can sing. He's a raspy. Oh no, let's tomatoes. He's got like a Ja Rule kind of a voice, you know, snarly. Right? I don't know. Is that how he's singing right there? That doesn't look like he's singing. He looks like an opera singer. Right. I was gonna put a sombrero, but I feel like that'll be too cliche. So. All right, let me see. All right, so we got what if a cookie, a taco, could sing? Okay, let me see. Now, what's my last one gonna be? Let's see. What if let me see. I'm just gonna make one up. I'm gonna go straight out of my head now. I'm not gonna even use this no more. I don't even think I need this. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and extend this over here, right? And then we can do it like that, right? All right. So we could say, what if anybody got a what if on here? Any what ifs on here? Right? Let me see. So what if a grown man was a baby, I don't know. Let's see. What would he look like? Well, the first thing I think is a pacifier. You gotta have a pacifier, and he's got to be looking like he's second a pacifier. That's the first thing I want to get. That's the thing I want in my cartoon. I always think that's how I think. I think from whatever I'm saying, and then I think about ways to support whatever I'm going to say. Is that clear, or is that fuzzy for you? Right, I'm trying to make it clear for you. Right, let's focus it in. Right, so focus in on the part I want. Then after that, we can do whatever we want. We can use maybe this grown man wears glasses, and maybe he's acting like a baby too, because he's crying. Right? Grown man crying. What a symbol of society, right? Okay, let's put some cheeks here. Wait. Okay, then what else do he got here? Okay. You know what? He's got his little ears here, right? And he's got a crew cut. So not only is he crying, right? He used to be Captain America. No. Okay? All right. So now got Captain America. We got him there. Now, what else do I want to emphasize here? Well, first thing I know one thing. I know we got to have a pacifier now. What's the secondary thing I want here? Which I should have did that at first, but I could have put the thing in the diaper. Maybe this part in the diaper. But so I didn't think about it. So, but what I'll do is I'll do this. I'll do this. I'm gonna put his bow tie, because he's a professional man. He's not totally a baby, right? He's a professional. You get what I mean? Yeah. And he's I don't know. Let me see. I don't know what to do with this. Where am I going with this? Okay. What if a grown man was a baby? Okay, I'm trying to figure out how I can put this pamper in here. No, let me see. Maybe I need to be more flexible. I'm thinking about going this way, but I'm gonna go this way. Let me see. I'm gonna do I want him to be his stomach to be up here, so that his feet are kind of here and here, right? So he's like his leg is kind of up. I'm trying to see how the diaper will go. So like this. So his leg will be here. This will be his toe. Other toe. That'll be the foot. That'll be his knee. This will be the bottom of the diaper. Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's what it would look like. I had to talk myself through that one. Let me see. Okay, now this one over here is going to be, you got the knee over here, right? And you got your foot. Right? Knee. Foot. Right? And then he has his hands here, so he's throwing a tantrum. He has his hands here, right? And he's throwing it. I mean, he is pissed. He did not get that promotion that he thought he was going to get. So now he's on the floor crying in his pamper. Is his toes. It's the heel. All right. So this is kind of, I think this is the concept I think I like to use when I'm doing like themes. Like somebody asked me, what do you like? What is it that you what's the word I'm looking for? You know, what do you? Hold on a second. Give me a minute. Hold on. Hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, play. Okay. Yeah, because that music was too up and down for me. It was too emotionally charged for me. You know what I'm saying? It was very screechy, very swishy in my head. So my brain started doing like turns and flips and stuff. That's not good. So not for an ADD guy, right? So anyway, this is the concept. This is what I do. Like when I'm drawing live, I like to position, like when I'm doing this, I like to like just keep it as loose as possible, whatever that thing is. So if we want to do something like we can do them a little bit quicker here. So mashup. So if we have let's say we have a sausage, and the sausage had legs, okay, and it could do something, okay. This is what we're thinking about here. What if a sausage had a hat, right? What if a piece of pizza, right? Okay, was a person, right? Or that piece of pizza was thinking about something, right? Doesn't have to be a complicated concept. Okay, this is a piece of pizza, right? What if we went back here with the cookie, right? Remember the cookie? All right, so maybe if we said the cookie was a pilot, what if we just drew? We could have just drew a simple little airplane like this. Don't have to be complicated, with a wing on it, and put a cookie in there. Right? The cookie is in the airplane. He's a chocolate chip cookie. You get what I'm saying? Whatever you want to. This is something. This is really an exercise. I know I went kind of elaborate here, but you want to be able to do it real easily like this, you know. So let's see what other ones I can come up with here. What if a pencil, right? I don't know. What if a pencil had pencil kids? I don't know. This is his pencil kids. All right, so maybe he's holding them. I don't know. It's a pencil dad. All right, he's happy. They're happy. They're happy all together. She has ponytails. Okay, so this is the pencil family, right? Everybody's all happy together. Pencil family. Okay. All right, so that is this is one of the techniques. Again, you can try this at home or whatever. Mashups. Mashups again are when you just take any type of thing that you already understand how to draw, something really concept, and it's not supposed to be complicated. So what I drew here, complicated. What I drew here was a little bit more simple. This is the actual simple version. It doesn't matter if you had a block. You could say, what if a block, right? What if a block had on socks, right? You get what I'm saying? Get what I'm saying? That rhymed, right? What if a block had on socks, right? Right? What if a building, right, was what if a building was I don't know, I don't know. What if a building were bored? I don't know. If a building was bored, what do you look like, right? I don't know. It's a bored building, right? And you know what? This is actually good for the mentality a little bit. So try it at home. Check it out. All right. So what else do? I do the mashups. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to discover. That's the number one thing you can do again to make your drawings better, to improve your imagination. But the next thing that you can do is you can uh, I think is stretch the imagination by doing things that are kind of opposite of each other, right? So when I think of something opposite, I might think of let's say I drew this clown right here, right? Uh, okay, I'm just drawing a simple little clown. Okay, let's say I drew this clown, but what I did was I made the clown serious. Okay, so that makes to you automatically in your mind that's like whoa, but the reason that it works together so well, it really puts a lot of meaning in what you're saying. I don't know. I truly believe in the power of words. Now I've been really just diving into that here recently, and I'm really moved by it. It's really crazy. So it's like understanding that words literally do have meanings. I mean, if y'all can, if those that are listening will hear me, right? Anyway, so this could be our killer clown, right? Because this is an opposing idea. What kind of opposing ideas do you have, right? So again, it all starts with a question, and I think that maybe sometimes when I first started earlier in my career, I didn't ask myself those kind of questions. The what if questions. In fact, I feel like I live life in a box a great deal of my life, and now in my 50s, my mind is really expanding to like so much more, and it's like, man, like what was I thinking about? Like, why would all that kind of stuff is starting to happen. So everything starts with that what if question. So we're going, what if a blank, right, was a blank. So here we're just basically saying, okay, now we're just using here, we're saying what if a clown was mad, right? Well, a clown is not expected to get mad. So those would be those two words don't seem, clown and mad don't go together, right? But they make for really good caricatures when you think like this. You get what I'm saying? So let's say you notice the person that you're drawing and you want to say something like contrary to them, right? You want to say something contrary. Everybody knows him to be happy. What if you drew him sad? But he's doing his favorite thing while he's sad. It's just because you're just thinking of different ways just to be interesting, and it keeps the draw. It moves the picture to me beyond just me drawing something on the paper and giving it to him. I'm supposed to have fun with this. You know what I mean? So that's just how I see it. So now, what if I say, what if a wife, right, listened, right? What if that happened, right? What would that look like, right? Right? I'm going to show you what that would look like. Okay. I don't even know. You know what? I can't even draw that. I can't imagine that. I literally can't imagine that. No picture came to my mind when I said that. Oh boy. Okay. All right. Let me see here. So I guess we'll have to go to another example. That's messed up, man. Okay. Wait a minute. What if coffee was cold, right? Because you expect coffee to be hot, right? But what if coffee was cold, right? You know, what if it was like, I don't know, right? I don't know, right? He's I don't know. I don't know. What if, what if, right? You know what if coffee was cold? Here goes some snow. Right? What if coffee is that what cold coffee looks like? I don't know. You know what I mean? Have you ever thought about that? What does cold coffee look like? Okay. All right, let me see here. Cold coffee. All right, let me see here. All right, so we just keep it going here. All right, so we have wife, listen, coffee, cold, right? What else could we think of that's an opposite? So that's a good exercise also, again, for you to practice. If you are struggling with your creativity, that kind of stuff like that. This is just some of the things that I do. I mean, it could help you, might not help you at all. But again, these are just some of the ones that I like to do. All right. So let me see here. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to go ahead and what it mean? Hey, what's going on, Gordon? How are you today? Welcome to the stream. Gordon is also top tier Patreon. Thank you so much, Gordon, for coming in. It's awesome to have you here. It's awesome to, I don't know. It's awesome to see you. Yes. Every time, you know what the thing is that certain people, I've seen your picture on when I was on your messages and stuff like that. So when I hear your name, your picture automatically comes up. So I don't necessarily have to be looking at you, but when your name is mentioned, automatically, boop, this picture comes up of Gordon, right? So I got you. Yeah, pictures come up. Yep. That's an actual thing, man. Every time you say something, a picture comes up, right? You know what I'm saying? If I say lemon, right? And if a picture doesn't come up, then you got to go find a picture so that you can put that picture in there, and that'll be the way that you think about that, whatever picture that you saw the first time you saw it. That's how you'll think about it. You know what I mean? Anyway, guys, if you want to share your work, all right, I'm going to give you guys about 10 minutes here to share your work so that you can get some feedback on that, and then we're going to go into the last thing that I'm going to show you for today, and it's going to be well, stick around if you want to see it. Check it out. Okay, so you can, if you want to send in your work, guys, you can share it at Facebook. Just go to Rouse the World's Facebook, and then you can share it. You're already on Rouse the World, so if you really want to share it, all you'll do, just go to Rouse the World on Facebook or Instagram and share it in the Messenger, and then I will pull it up over here. We'll put it on the screen, and we'll see what crazy ideas you guys came up with. Okay? All right. So while we're waiting on that, we're going to full speed ahead, and we're going to go into the third thing. So the first thing you can do, remember, we did mashups. Okay, and mashups are when you combine. I like to combine two unrelated things. For instance, I'll combine a cactus, right, that can sing, right, or I might have you get what I'm saying, or I might have a dog that walks straight up and down. I don't know, right? The dog. Does that look like a dog? It looks like a. Oh wait, now it looks like a dog. Okay, now it looks like a dog. Okay, now it looks like a dog. Okay, that walks, right? So that's why people, and they do stuff like this because these make interesting cartoons, like Snoopy, right? Snoopy's not a. Snoopy shouldn't be able to walk around like he does, but Snoopy walks around straight up and down because it's a cross between kind of a human being. What if What if you mixed a human with a dog? You get what I'm saying? So that is, you want to ask questions, and then you'll come up with easier themes, easier way to make themes, okay? Questions make answers, right? When you ask a question, believe me, your brain is going to give you an answer. Okay, from somewhere. Well, if you saw any kind of picture, it's just your brain is like literally is like your onboard Google. Okay, people don't understand that, but I mean, it's an onboard Google, and so anytime you ask it something, it's going to give you an answer. It's going to go back to a memory or a picture or something that deals with that, and it's going to give you what it has on that information, and then you're going to take that information, and then that's the information you'll use to make your decisions with. I just thought that was something interesting to talk about. All right, let me see here. Now, so the first thing we did was mashups. The next thing we did was we did opposite drawing, okay, which is kind of the same thing but not. Okay, opposite drawing is like what we did here. Like what if right, a clown, right, was angry, right? You get what I'm saying? And then what you're doing as the artist is you draw a picture of this. And I'm going to tell you, this will make you, if you guys are students, okay, if you're a student and you're going to school and you want to be better at what you do, listen, 90% of human beings are visual people. So if you use these techniques to study with, like to stop reading information, read it and then say, okay, and then you make up a mashup or you make up an opposite of it. And then once you make this picture up, like literally, I study by literally drawing out scenarios. Like filmmakers literally put films together, right? And they put people in frames how they want them to be, right? You get what I'm saying? And then so this is what you're doing. You're giving yourself a context and a picture with every time you read and you put this in, every time you transfer information from words into pictures, you got to give your brain a picture. Your brain will understand it easier. That's what helped me. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you got any type of paying attention problems and stuff like that. This is going to really, really help you. And it's going to help your caricature drawing. Anything you do, if you do it like this, you're going to get a little, look at that little movie. It's like, oh, this guy's over here. And now he's dun, dun, dun. And then what's he thinking about? Never mind. You get what I'm saying? So that's what it kind of looks like. That's that sequence right there. All right? So same thing here. But it's helping you to make cartoons, okay? Don't just, I know I do caricature a lot, but I don't have to just draw caricature all the time because all of this is going to help you make better caricatures. You get what I mean? Stop just concentrating on how to draw a nose because you're putting yourself in a box. And so your nose might look like something else one day, is what I'm trying to tell you. What if your nose, how you going to draw an interesting caricature if you don't say, well, what if this person's nose had a diving board at the end? And what if his wife were on that diving board? Right? You get what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And here goes and then down here, what if this guy had lips where his lips went way out here, his bottom lip went out here, and then it came back, and this is like a little swimming pool, right? With you get what I'm saying? So this is a lot of, how can you come? You get what I'm saying? This is how you come up with those good. Those you people be laughing at stuff like, what is this? Oh my God, that's so funny. You get what I'm saying? That's why everybody likes Ninja Sketch, because she does this kind of cartoons like this. And sometimes this is outrageous. Right? You You get what I'm saying? So, what ifs? You got to ask those questions. Okay? All right. What if? Opposites and mashups. Okay, now the last thing, since we didn't have any entries, let me see here. Did we get anybody send anything in? Okay, not today. Okay. And so let's go to the last thing, and our last thing is going to be limit rules. Okay, so we have mashups, we have opposites, right? So you can practice those two things to help you develop your drawing. And then you also want to play with limit tools and rules. What the heck does that look like? I'm going to tell you what that means. That means, listen to me. I think this is so important. I learned this, and when I learned it was like, man, creativity often grows inside of a boundary. Okay? So when you let me give you an example. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie MacGyver. Okay? Well, in MacGyver, right, somebody would kidnap him in every show, right? You would find that some nefarious guy, right, would kidnap him, and they would put MacGyver in this room, okay? And in this room, there's a bed, right, over here. There's a trash can in the corner. Maybe a few paper clips over here, right? Some water's on the floor right here, okay? And they got 3 roaches in the middle of the floor, okay? So MacGyver wants to get to the bad guy. The bad guy's getting away. That's the aerial view, because this is the bad guy's truck. And he's hightailing it out of there. Right? He's out of there. Right? Those are wheels. 4x4. Okay? And so now this guy comes and he's leaving and leaves MacGyver in there by himself. So MacGyver is thinking, I can either stay here and die. Oh, I forgot. Let's add a twist, a turn, a flip, a shake, a zigzag. Let's add a zoom. This bomb. It's only a minute left. Okay? There's only one way out. It's this door. And it just happens to be locked because this guy, for some reason, didn't want him to get out there, so he locked that door. Okay? Now, so MacGyver's thinking, he's like, look, what if this is him thinking, and putting together stuff, and E equals MC squared, and all this stuff. And then he's like, what if I take these paper clips, tie it to his water over here, right? These paper clips, right? Tie it to some water, and then I'm going to scrape some sand off of this bench to give it some thermonuclear abilities. It's kind of oily, but okay. Then I'm going to take some of this stuff here, these roaches. These taste pretty good. I'm going to put one of those roaches in this water, okay? Hold up. And if I do all of this, okay, and I'm going to make a compound that can be put on this door knob to make the doorknob explode, therefore opening the door, and I can escape. Boom! Okay, so, do you understand what I'm telling you? But look what happened when you got put in a box. When you get put in a box, right? This is when creativity happens. Does that make sense? You're not creative when everything is given to you. If you once you ain't hungry no more. A person that's not hungry ain't gonna hunt. You know what I'm saying? So, what an analogy. So when we draw, we want to give ourselves limitations. Okay. For instance, if I had to draw a face only using circles, I have to draw everything on the picture has to be drawn with circles. So I'm going to draw a cartoon of a caricature with all circles. Uh, okay, you get what I'm saying? So that was the challenge. The challenge was that's the limitation. There's nothing. There's no other shape available to you, but that shape. There's no other option but that option. You will become creative in how to use the option that you're given. Right? Does that make sense? Yes. Okay. So play with this limitation. It's an exact science, dude. It's psychology 101, man. Give yourself a limitation. Let's draw another guy. But let's make this let's draw this person. Let's get an actual person. So what if I go to here? I'm gonna go to Pinterest. And I'm going to put this here. And I'm just going to pick a person. It doesn't matter. I'll just pick this one. Okay. So what if they told me I could draw her, but I have to use all triangles. Okay? I have to use all triangles. I don't care where I come from. I'm going to do a caricature of her using all triangles. Dog, that's gonna be. This does this allow you. This exercise makes it so that I can't make an excuse as to why it can't be done. This is the ultimate exercise in that. Excuse me one sec, guys. Okay. So let me see. Mm. Okay. Okay. In some kind of way, we pull it off. They say it couldn't be done, but then in order for me to get to the desired result, I had to get creative. You know what I'm saying? I had to get creative. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that is the third thing that we have to learn to do. Remember, we went through the three things. It was a mashup. We did stretching your imagination or drawing things in the opposite. And then what we're going to also have, we had our limiting our tools and or our rules. So remember that there's a lot of, when you have limitations, a lot of times that's where your creativity comes into play by the example that I showed you guys. So let's go ahead, guys. We're going to turn this off. And and now we're going to go ahead and we're going to, I'm going to turn my music down here and I'm going to go ahead and start getting into my word of the day. So at the end of the stream, I just like to encourage my family here. I certainly am appreciative of anybody that's here that even stopped to even acknowledge me, because that's something that's definitely important, that we be grateful for what we are given. So just give me just a minute here, guys. I just want to do something real quick here. All right, let me see. All right. All right, so we're going to go into my word of the day. Thank you, God, just for today. Thank you for my family, my house, my health, my family, my friends. I thank you for provisions. Just everything. I thank you for everyone that's here today. My prayers go out to them. Anyone here today that's going through something. We all go through things. And we want to look. We want to be. Sometimes we just want encouragement. Sometimes we just want to talk about it to somebody. Sometimes it feels like our life is on like autopilot, and we feel like it just gets overwhelming because we kind of want to break out of one place, the place that we're in. We want to break out of that place. And it's frustrating not to know what to do in a situation. Father, I just ask that you give us some clarity through the reading of your word today. And please allow me to say the right thing, because I know how important the word is. So just allow me to say the right thing the way you want me to say it. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, so we're going to dive in here, guys, to our word of the day. Let me just go to my page here. I like to read from children's devotionals because I believe that, again, when you have less options, right? When you have less options, right, equals creativity. Okay? If I give you these two shapes and I tell you, make something out of that, you'll start doing things with it. Right? Everybody will come up with a different thing that they came up with. Right? Maybe they use it to make a body. Right? But again, in their mind, well, actually that was a little bit, but in their mind, you get what I'm saying? This is where the creativity comes. When I tell you that this is your option. Okay? And when the opposite is also true, that Too many options. Right? If I say make something out of that, well, then now you start saying, what about? It's kind of like, I don't know if you've ever been to in a restaurant before, right? I'm trying to put all this together, right? But look how complicated things get when I have to add more stuff to make what I want. This is a much cleaner picture. So we want to keep our minds. We don't want to give our minds too much too many options. Too many options are like clutter. Too many options are very constricting. You ever felt like you just was in a place and you just can't breathe? Like, imagine that. Imagine you're in this place and you can't breathe, and things are just closing in around you, surrounding you, and it's cutting off your ability to breathe comfortably. And picture the panic. Feel the panic that's happening when that's going on. That's what you do when you put too many options. So, why we share the word of the day is because of this. We understand this. We understand how it is to get out of whack, and so how to give our minds the right direction to go in when things are going difficult in our lives. Okay. So if you'll go over here, we're gonna go to the book of Matthew. So, book of Matthew, we're gonna go to chapter 6 and verse 24. So Matthew 6 and 24, and I'm coming out of my devotional. Jesus is Calling for Kids. Again, my simple little book that doesn't give me a lot of other options. Each little page has its meaning. And when we try to read something with too much, with that as in depth and as thought provoking as the Bible is, we have to be careful about how much we ingest at a time. We need to be able to give ourselves time to ingest and to understand and to have clarity, mental clarity about what we've received and what we've read. So that's why I like these type of books, because I want to walk away with understanding, right? So let me be your master. No one can serve two masters. Either they will hate the one and love the other, or be devoted to one and despise the other. I told you today we're going to do everything in picture. So let's frame this up. Right? Okay? So this is you. Okay? And this over here is your money and possessions. Right? And then over here are people, family. These are tangible things. This is stuff, and this is actual people. People, family, friends, right? Okay? So, how I think about this is that when my loyalty is divided, when I don't know if I want this and I want that, okay, it says according to spiritual law, the brain is pulled apart, you are pulled apart, right? Because if I split this picture in half, right, half of you is over here and half of you is over here, right? Does that make sense? That's logical, right? I put it right in there, right? And so one half will despise the other half. Have you ever been thinking about something before and you thought a good thought about it first, and then you thought a bad thought about it, and then you bouncing back and forth between these two, right? And when you're over here, right, the good idea sounds stupid because you already in it's a bad idea mode. You know what I'm saying? So you're already over here. So you're going to become to hate the other extreme of wherever you choose. So that's why it's important that we choose one thing or the other. You see, if you choose this, choose what God tells you. God says, if you choose this, I will then give you the whole picture. Right? But if you go this way, okay, it doesn't work that way. And remember what we talked about today. We talked about creativity, right? And creativity is spawned by what? Structure. Or the word we used was, I believe the word I used was, I want to make sure I use the same exact word. This way we can, hold on. Limitation. Okay? And I give you the analogy of being locked in a room. Okay? And if you only had 4 things in that room, and like an escape room. Ever been in an escape room? You got to find the things in that room to get out of that room, right? So you don't have options outside of the room to come into the room to help you out. You have to use what's in the room to get you help. You get what I'm saying? So this is the same thing. So if I put you in a structured environment, then your creativity will spawn. You know what I'm saying? So you want to put yourself in the one. Put yourself in the one picture, the one frame, with one thing that you love, and let everything work to your good, right? Versus you trying to chase the everything through the stuff. So you go, I'm gonna go right to my stuff, but if you get the stuff and the possessions, if you do it that way, will bring you the wrong type of people, the wrong type of family, the wrong type of friends. But if you pick the people and the family and the friends first, they will lead you, right? They will be with you on your journey to the stuff, to the possessions and everything else. In other words, you don't have a bunch of fake people around you. You get what I'm saying? This is why God says to do the things. You will despise one thing, right? Love the other. It says it is impossible to serve 2 masters. You will become a slave to one of them and forget the other. This means that whatever you spend your time and thoughts on becomes your master. Whatever it is. If you put all your friends over here, all right, and that's where you're always at, that's your master. If every time they say something you do it, that's your master. If you never disagree with this person and everything they say is cool, and as long as you could just be around them, everything is okay, that's your master. Whatever you treat like that, that's your master. Okay, but he's telling us to make God our first, or make me your first love. Okay, because of the attributes that's in him, he's not going to use those attributes to hurt you, but he's going to sow back into your life. If you spend too much time and energy trying to impress your friends, right? If your friends are the object of your desire, let's frame you up over here and let's put you in the middle again. Okay, and these are your friends over here, right? Then your friends are your master. If this is where you're at in that box, right? Your friends could be your master, right? And I'll put you over here. Let's say that's you. Okay. So now you got your friends over here and you in here. That means everything in your world is based around your friends. So every decision you make is going to be based around them. And if you have the wrong type of friends in your life, boy, I'm here to tell you that could be a disaster. So it says again, and I'm going to close out after this, if all you think about is trying to beat your best score, right? If that's what you want to do, then a game is your master. So if you spend all day thinking about how you can become better at whatever that thing is, right? And that's what you kind of obsess over, that thing is taking over your mental. And so the thing is really to have the balance, and the balance is God. That line in the middle is God. That's the supporting line. That's to stay in the middle of the court kind of a mentality, so that it allowed God to lead us and allow the Holy Spirit to lead us to do the right thing in the right situation. It says if your greatest desire is getting all A's on your report card, then your grades are your master. So you got to watch what you choose. It's not to say that having goals and stuff is not good, but we can never let a thing on this earth or a possession. Is saying if whatever you do, let people, family, and friends first be your motivation, and then look at it through them. Look at it through them. Now, when you go over here to go to your college, right, to get all this money, right, you're going to college now because of what? Man, I want to help this person. I want to help this family. I want to do this for my friends. I want to do this for my community. And this is what I'm good at. So this is what I'm going to go to school for. And because you love it so much, you're going to meet people and resources and people that's going to do that. And then they're going to keep taking you through. You see how it flows right back into stuff and possessions, which you're not going to care about no more, because you're just going to give them to your friends and your family anyway. You get what I'm saying? You don't get caught up in the, oh my God, I need this. If I don't have this, I don't look good. If I don't have that, I don't look good. You get what I'm saying? You get out of that mentality. Then it says here, but friends don't always know what is best for you. So sometimes, again, you can be in this thing and your friends don't always know what's best for you. And the world doesn't always know. That's why we have to rely on the wisdom of the Bible. Don't always know what's best for you. It says games can break and school isn't forever. So if you're a young person, listen, your friends sometimes just don't know what's best for you. You don't know what's going on in your friends' homes. You don't know what their parents are teaching them. You don't know any of that stuff. Only thing you know is I like just being around this person because of the little bit of them I see when I go to school. But if you've ever been married before, probably some of you guys have been married, you'll understand that is a wrong way to hook up, buddy. You don't want to get involved with somebody just for that reason, just because you know that things change when you're in direct contact and you got a full 360 of this person because you live with them and you see them every day. Then you'll be able to see the parts of them that ain't that cool. You get what I'm saying? That's why it's like your friends we can't put them. You have to rely on that wisdom of God. Okay, it says, and remember, school isn't forever. So them people from your school and all that, you might not never see them again and for the rest of your life. I ain't seen some of the guys I went to school with. I ain't seen not near a person in my school that I've been to school with in 30 years. Not one. I don't live nowhere next to nobody that go to my school. I don't talk to nobody that went to my school. And these were people that I was with all day, every day, getting in trouble behind. My mama was so mad at me because I wouldn't come home at night. I'm hanging out with this person, staying over this person's house. All this stuff. I thought that I needed these people that much. And it turns out that I was all wrong about that, right? But I was warned and I didn't listen. But, hey, consider this a warning, right? And it says at the end here, only I am forever. Only God is forever. God must be the ultimate reason for everything that you do in your life, because you'll never get full joy out of people or things, and you'll never get full joy out of possessions or stuff. But if you do it in balance with God, He'll see to you that you enjoy all of these things. You get what I'm saying? But in a responsible way. You see, it says God says, I won't make you my slave. I won't make you a slave. People think that having God is about having control. No, having God is really about making you more creative. Listen, having God is really about making you more creative, friends. Think about it. If creativity only comes about in limitation, God loves us enough to let us. He said, I want you to be creative, and I want you to use your mind, and I want you to make decisions. So in order for me to make you do that, I got to give you limitations so that you can have creativity. Because if you have no limitation, you have no creativity. If everything's given to you, you don't have any creativity. In other words, watch how much you use ChatGPT. It's cool, but only use it responsibly. Don't make it your brain. All right, so guys, that is our word of the day. I want to thank you guys so much for coming out and listening. It was a pleasure. If you did tip, guys, tips are awesome. I did put all the information up there. If you wanted to tip, you can tip at Cash App, $Rouser World. Certainly appreciate all your giving and donations to our Rouser World art little ministry that we have. It's just the thing what me and my wife do. It's a full-time job. This is how we take care of our kids and stuff. So we draw together. So I get on here, I teach, I do lessons, and she does all the other hard stuff. All right. So if you want to give, guys, thank you so much. We appreciate you being generous at giving. All right, guys. Oh, hey. All right, Oak Tree Lady. See you later, guys. See you later. All right, guys. So you guys have a blessed and awesome day. And I'll be seeing you guys next time.